Good afternoon, everyone. In today's class, this is our day 3. And in today's class, I'm going to start your lab setup. So if you will see here in this particular diagram, I will basically go through with the installation of VMware workstation. Install the VMware workstation, then the Palo Alto Firewall installation. Then we will do the EVNG installation on VMware. And if we will still get some time, then we will also install the EVNG on Google Cloud. Okay, so let's see. Now, meanwhile, guys, on my system, you can see I already have this VMware workstation. Okay. I already have this VMware workstation and you can see couple of VMs is also there. Let me just close all of them. So if you will see, I have couple of firewalls, panorama. Oh, this is a working one. Okay. I have couple of firewalls. I have couple of Linux machines, couple of Windows, right? Then Cisco, CML, PNet, all servers, EVNG is also there, Windows server is also there. So what I'll do, guys, see, I right now I'm running Windows 16 Pro. So what you can able to do simply, in my case, I'm just removing my VMware from my system. So I'll just right click on VMware workstation, change. You will get this particular wizard. Next, remove, save the following VMware configuration. I'm saving this information. Next, and remove. Click on yes. Now you can see I'm removing it totally from my system. So guys, for Palo Alto Firewall Labs, everybody need to install VMware Workstation. This is the primary requirement. And there is a one more requirement. You should have around 16 GB RAM in your system. You should have 16 GB of RAM in your system. Then we have to install the VMware workstation. Now, see, generally, if you will purchase any brand new firewall, okay. When you will purchase any brand new laptop, not firewall, sorry. If you will purchase a brand new laptop, you have to always check virtualization is enabled or not in your computer. Virtualization is enabled or not in your computer. So you have to open your task manager, go into your performance, CPU, and you can see here you have to check this thing. Your virtualization is enabled or not. You have to make sure your virtualization is enabled. If your virtualization is not enabled, then what you have to do? You have to go to into this particular link. So I'm putting this link in the chat. Somebody please paste this link from this particular, or I can, let me just put here. Now, here basically, see how to enable virtualization on your Windows 10. It will applicable for Windows 11 as well. So you can see they will explain all the options. What you have to do simply, let me tell you. See, you have to basically go inside your BIOS settings. In your Windows, you have to go inside the BIOS settings. So like if you have a Acer laptop, Then when you will reboot or restart your laptop, you have to press F2 or either the del button and it will take you to the BIOS. If you have a ASUS laptop, then press F2, it will take you to the BIOS. F2 or del, delete button in Dell, F2 or F12 in HP, escape button or F10 in Lenovo, F2 plus sometime it will work with function plus F2. Lenovo desktop F1, Lenovo ThinkPad, enter with F1. For Samsung F2, Sony F1, F2, F3, Toshiba F2. And right, and all also you can also able to do one thing. You can able to check in the website of that vendor. So let's suppose when you will basically go inside your BIOS settings. So you can see they are running this particular here for ASUS laptop, right? You go into BIOS, system language, CPU configuration, and here you will get virtualization technology, enable virtualization. This is enable virtualization technology. Here you have to enable that particular virtualization. Once you will enable, check in your task manager, it should be enabled. So this is what you have to follow. Means you have to make sure virtualization is enabled in your system. And if virtualization is enabled, then we are good. We are good with the virtualization. Once this virtualization part you will validate, now I am opening one more thing. Now you need one software, VMware Workstation 17 Pro with license key. This is the license key. You can use VMware 17 or you can use VMware 16.1.2. It is also having the license key. It is also having the license key. Now, I'll recommend use VMware Workstation 17 Pro for the people who is having Windows 11. If you have a Windows 11, you have to make sure you are using VMware Workstation 16.1.x or above, or either you should use 17 and above VMware Workstation versions. If you will use any VMware like VMware Workstation 12, 13, 14, 15, then this particular setup will not work. If you are still having Windows 10, if you still having Windows 10, then you can basically able to use Windows VMware Workstation 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, whatever. But I highly recommend use 17. Use 17. Now, how you will basically get this particular software? So what I'll do, I'll give you the link of this particular folder. Okay. I will just give you this particular link. So when you will open, you will land always here. In this particular folder, go into this VMware software and you can see here, I have kept VMware Pro 17 and 16 also. Now it's up to you. Either you can download this, either you can download this. And also one more thing, let me just tell you guys, on my lab, even though I want for you guys as well, just use VMware Workstation. Okay. I will not entertain any other hypervisors. If you are good with the other hypervisors, you can use. Okay. You are free to use other hypervisors as well, but I will only provide support in case of issues if you are running VMware Workstation, because I am very much familiar with the VMware Workstation. Now, and also one more thing. See, the people who have a server, in that case, you can run ESXi. You can run the ESXi, and if you will need any type of support on ESXi, just ping me one-to-one. I'll give you the support on that as well. Now you can download this software. Here you can see we have a exe file and we have a license key. Once you will download this software, you have to make sure you have saved this information properly. And after that, what you can do, you can just right click in this particular and run as administrator. Click on yes. Make sure you are installing this software as a administrator. Click on next. Accept the agreement. Next. See, when you will do the installation, select this option as well. In my case, I am not able to do it because otherwise I have to reboot my system. And I don't want to reboot that system. So I'll just go with as it is. I'll deselect this option, check for products updates on a startup. I don't want to join any type of program. Next. Create a desktop icon and create one icon at the start menu. Next. Install. Very simple. The installation is going on. Let me close this task manager. I also wanted to redirect towards one more thing. Now, if you have checked into the portal, I'm not sure right now you don't have a full access, so you might not able to see it. See, I have added this course, lab setup course by Hemu. If you will see this day one, here I have covered the same thing, how you can complete the installation of VMware Workstation in your laptop. You can also refer this particular video if you want. Select license. Copy this license key. Enter. Finish. And we have completed the VMware Workstation installation part. Now, I'll just open this VMware workstation here. And what I'll do, I'll just right click and I just run as an administrator. And now you can see in my case, it has fetched all my old VMs. So, if you are having like VMware 16, 15, 12, and you have some VMs over there, you can simply uninstall that particular VMware workstation and it will refetch all your existing VMs, whatever available in your system from previously. It will basically get all those particular VMs automatically. So you don't need to upgrade, nothing like that. Just simply Uninstall and install the new version. Now the most important parts come in a picture. Let me go into edit virtual network editors, and guys, somehow it has picked up all my network adapters. So what I have to do, I will remove all of them. I have removed all of them, only I kept one, because generally nowadays 16 or 17 when you will do, it used to pick those your network adapters as well. That is the reason I have removed all of them. Now the second part is started. See, once you will complete your VMware workstation installation, now the second part is all about the network, because we have to create a lab like this, right? We will install Palo Alto Firewall. Now on this Palo Alto Firewall, we need a management interface, Ethernet, outside interface, inside interface, DMZ interface, guest interface, IPsec interface, right? Multiple interfaces we needed. Then we need to create multiple NIC cards. VMnet 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6, 7, 9, like that. Multiple NIC cards is required. So the second part, after installation of VMware workstation, we will create the NIC card, and how we can do that, let's try to understand. And in this particular second video, all about creating the NIC card. Same you will get in YouTube as well, how we can create a NIC card and all. Okay. So if you want to watch from the YouTube, you can able to watch it from here YouTube as well. Both option is available. And those video, that video also you can able to refer, which basically I'm recording right now. So I'm just creating. You have to go to into edit. Let me just again let me open edit virtual network editor. Click on OK. And guys, put your full attention here now. See, sometime what used to happen now, it totally depends on the hardware to hardware and person to person. Sometime when you will basically install this VMware workstation, here you will get 3 NIC cards. Sometimes you will get 2, sometime 3, sometime 2, sometime 1. By default, you will get VMnet 0. You will also get VMnet 8. Sometime you will also get VMnet 1. Like that, you will get sometime 3, sometime 2, sometime 1. So do not worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. What we will do, we will always add the NIC cards. So I'll add VMnet 0 is already there. So I will add VMnet 1. See, simply click here, add network, VMnet 2, VMnet 3, VMnet 4. And you can see when you are adding, they are getting IP address, and by default DSCP is also enabled. 5 means your VMware workstation act is a DSCP server now. It is acting as a DSCP server. If you will attach any computer, it can able to get the IP address 6, 7, 8, 9. I will add here 10 NIC cards. I'm adding here 10 NIC card, but for you, at least add till VMnet 8. I'll go into VMnet 1. Or let me start with VMnet 0. Go into this VMnet 0. Now guys, tell me one thing. How many of you getting the internet through your Wi-Fi, Nick card? How many of you connected with the Wi-Fi? Your PC connected with the Wi-Fi. And how many of you are using the Ethernet cable for getting the Nick card? Getting the internet, Ethernet cable. So mostly, I think everybody, you guys are just connected with the Wi-Fi, which means what you have to do now, you can simply go here and type ncpa.cpl. Right now you can see I only have two adapters. This is my Ethernet adapter. This is my Wi-Fi adapter. Right now, I am getting the internet from my Ethernet adapter because I have connected with the Ethernet cable. Right now, I am not connected with the Wi-Fi. So now, if you are connected with the Wi-Fi, you have to remember this name of your Wi-Fi adapter. What is the name of your Wi-Fi adapter? You can right click, properties. This is the name of your Wi-Fi adapter. Intel Wi-Fi 6 AX201. Go here and you can select your Wi-Fi adapter from here because you are getting the internet from this adapter. In my case, I'm not using Wi-Fi adapter for getting the internet. I'm using this Ethernet adapter starting with Intel or Ethernet connection. Intel or Ethernet connection. So I am basically selecting this adapter. Now, guys, this is clear. With VMnet 0, if you are using the Ethernet adapter, then you have to find the name of this adapter by going into the properties, and that particular adapter name you have to find here, and you have to call this one. You have to bridge. We are just bridging that connection, means whatever connection of our VMs, now I will basically connect with this VMnet 0, which means I have done the connectivity with my home router, with my home Wi-Fi. In your case, who is using the Wi-Fi adapter, you have to select Wi-Fi here. You have to select Wi-Fi here. Just remember this thing because most of the students, they used to make the mistake here. They used to leave it like this automatic. Automatic will not work. Just select the proper adapter. If you are using Wi-Fi for internet connection, just select Wi-Fi. If you are using Ethernet, just select Ethernet. And you have to make sure you will not select this one. These are the virtual adapters. See, those are the virtual adapters. Okay. Physical NIC card adapter you have to select like I have done it. See, if I'll open, this is the name of my adapter. And I have selected the correct one. Once you will select this one, now you have to go into this VMnet one. Now guys, remember one thing. When you will go into this VMnet one, you can go here simply and just type. You have to make sure host only option is selected. You have to make sure this connect a host virtual adapter to this network. This option is selected, and you have to make sure DSCP option is selected. You have to make sure these three option is selected. By default they are, but if not, then you have to do it. And here you can just put the subnet, which is 10.70.1, or let me just go with this 10.1.1.0 255.255.255.0 10.1.1.0 255.255.255.0. I don't want to change anything. I thought of going bit differently, but I'll go with my old technique only. 10.1.1.0. Going to this VMnet 2. We have a default option is selected 10.2.2.0, or in VMnet 3 10.3.3.0. 10.4.4.0. 10.5.5.0. Oh, guys, let me just change the strategy a bit here. Okay. Let me just change the strategy here. I'll go with 10.70, 10.71.0, 255.255.255.0, 1070, 10.72.0, 1073.0, 1074.0, 1075.0. Now this is my outside connection. Inside, outside, inside DMZ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I don't want to break one of my panorama lab. So that is the reason I'm going with this little bit old technique. One, two, three, then 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, because I don't want to break the existing setup. So let me just go in this way. Then 70, 1.1.1.0, 2.2.2.0, 3.3.3.0. In VMnet 8, you have to make sure you have selected this net. And here you have to type 192.168.137.0, 255.255.255.0. 1.1.0, 2.330, then 4.4.4.0. And here I can just configure 10.10.10.0. Okay, this is just I have just configured. I don't have any purpose of this network, but I have just configured if I want to add any type of testing environment or something like that. Or better, I can use here 99.99.99.0 series. Okay. So this this, and this I will use for the HA connectivity. This is my inside DMZ, DMZ1, 2, and this is also another network if we want to simulate. Okay, so we have this. So this is what we have to make sure our NIC card looks like this. Let me just show you one more time. In VMnet 0, guys, what we have to select in most of the time? We will select our physical NIC card, which we are using for getting the internet. In case of Wi-Fi, we will select here Wi-Fi. Name we have to read from here, and we will select the Wi-Fi. If we are having Ethernet adapter, then we have to select Ethernet. NVMnet 1, 10.71.0. NVMnet 2, 1072.0. NVMnet 3, 1073.0. Then 1074.0. You have to make sure now remaining NIC card should be host only, except VMnet 8. VMnet 8 should be net adapter, and the subnet is 192.168.136.0. And you have to make sure here also information is updated properly. 192.168.137/20, 128, then 137.254. Okay. You have to make sure DSCP option is also configured properly for this subnet. And after that, just go click on apply. And as soon as now I have clicked on apply, you can see now those virtual see NIC card start adding on my physical computer. All the NIC cards you will able to see in my physical computer will added automatically or created automatically. Just wait here, VMnet 8. Click on OK. See, I got VMnet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Open command prompt, CMD. Let's try to validate. Type here ipconfig / all. So you can see this is my physical NIC card. This is the name of my physical NIC card. This is the IP address of my physical NIC card. Apart from this physical NIC card, you can see now here, I got this VMnet 1. VMnet 1 get the IP address on 10.70.1.1, which means we will get here correct IP address because VMnet 1 we have configured this subnet. Yes or no? This was a subnet we have configured. And VMnet 2, 1072.0/24. Here also we got the correct one. 1073.1. Like that, just validate. 1074.0.4.1. Then here we are getting 1.1.1.1, 2.2.2.1, 3.3.1, and now we have a 192.168.137.1. This is my VMnet 8. And VMnet 8 type of this adapter is net, right? Which means we can use this adapter if we want to perform some type of netting. Then VM9, VMnet9, 4.4.4.1. Then we have VMnet 10, which is 99.99.99.1. Means I have the IP address on all my newly created NIC cards. Created. Now, NIC card creation is also done. We have completed two parts. VMware workstation installation and the NIC card creation. Now guys, main thing come in a picture, which is Palo Alto Firewall installation. So if you remember from here, in our lab setup, one part is completed. Now the second part is this. We have to install the Palo Alto Firewall in the VMware workstation. Now, so this is a one type of lab setup. This is a type 1 lab setup. In this lab setup, what I used to do, I will basically run Palo Alto Linux server and Windows machine. I will run all those three items over the VMware workstation. Okay. So now what we will do the Palo Alto Firewall installation, Linux server installation, and Windows PC installation. And all of them we will run on VMware itself. No EVNG, no GNS for this. Just remember now. Now guys, see. I highly recommend we have a PAN-OS 11.1.x. This is the stable version as of now, and we will also use the same version for doing our practicals. So if you are installing 11.1.x, at least give minimum 8 GB of RAM to your Palo Alto VM. If you don't have enough RAM, like you are not having 16 GB RAM, and if you just have only 12 GB of RAM in your PC, then instead of 11x, you can install 9x. 9.1.x, like 9.1.6, because this PAN-OS will take around 5.5 GB of RAM and will work properly. Okay, so what I'll do, to do the installation, we need a Palo Alto Firewall OBA image, from where you will download this image. So you can see, I already have this image here. I will install 11.1.4. Let me right click. Its installation is very simple. Right click and open with VMware workstation. Simple. Name for the new virtual machine. Give the name to this virtual machine. Like I will give Palo Alto 11.1.4 Firewall 01. And guys, now here you can see by default, this particular, when you will install this VM, it used to get space into your documents virtual machine here. This is the place by default it get installed. But in my case, you can see I don't have much space on my C drive. I will use my SSD because here I have created this virtual machine folder, and this is the place where I'm running almost all my VMs. So what I'll do, I'll go here and I will just browse, and I'll go into my this PC. I select my SSD2 virtual machine, and here I will create a folder, or you can just give the name, make a new folder, give the name Palo Alto 28th June batch. Select this folder, click on OK, click on import. Now, how you will basically download this image, let's try to discuss that as well. I'm not sure why it is okay. It will come like this. Okay, now it will import automatically. Everything will happen. Okay, so you have to go to into the same folder. You can come back to Palo Alto softwares. Go into this main root location, and you can see here Palo Alto images. And here you can see Palo Alto 11.1.4 is already there. It is around 5 GB of RAM. It is around 6 GB of size. Download this over file, and you have to just once download will complete, you have to right click and open with VMware workstation. If you want to install 10, 10 is also available. 10 is also available. 9 is not there. What I'll do? 9 I'll just upload. 9.1.6 I will upload. I have on my, I think on my another system. So I will get it from there and I'll upload. So this is the place where you have this image. And as I mentioned 2-3 times, all those image links and everything I'll share in your WhatsApp group after this session. Okay. So do not ask this thing again and again. Palo Alto images here. Got it? Now. And I think, see, Palo Alto has been imported successfully. Now, if you will see here, click on edit virtual machine settings. By default, Palo Alto will select here around 5.5 GB of RAM, 2 processor, 60 GB of SSD, and you will only able to see 3 adapters. Do you think these 3 adapters will able to fulfill our requirement? First one is your management, then second one is your Ethernet 1x1, Ethernet 1x2, like inside and outside only. How we can add the new adapters here so we can simulate the DMZ. We can simulate guest HA interfaces and all, right? So what we have to do now? Now we have to see this is the default configuration. Now we have to change. Give minimum 8 GB of RAM here. Because I have enough RAM on my system, so I always give here 16 GB. Processor, leave it default, which is 2. But what I used to do, I have 2 processor on my system. You can always check your system resources. CPU, you can see I have 1 socket and I have a 6 core on that socket, and there are around 12 logical processor I am having. So let me click on edit again. 16 GB of RAM, 4 processor. This I will leave as it is. Now I will add couple of NIC card. Click on add network adapter, add network adapter, select network adapter, add, select network adapter, add, select network adapter and add. Now how many we have added? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add one more. So total 9 we have added here. One is management and other 8 are your data interfaces. Starting from Ethernet 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 6, 7 and 8. Remaining are your Ethernet 8 data ports. Now this is what you have to do. You have to make sure you have total 9 network adapters. And always make sure, now this is the most important one. Your first adapter should be in the bridge, and all your second adapter is also in bridge. Or if you don't want to keep it bridge, then your this particular adapter, network adapter, is your first one is net. So we can make management interface connected with the net adapter. Then this is the bridge, and after that we should have a custom VMnet 1, then custom VMnet 2, then custom VMnet 3, then custom VMnet 4, custom VMnet 5, custom VMnet 6, VMnet 7. Just calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? We have 8 adapters here now. One more thing, guys. I think I will not able to do anything now. Click on OK. Let me check the settings on my existing box. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here we have a 10. So let me just add one more, because I will activate license on everything on this box. That is the reason. So now just add one more, click on add, and add one more network adapter, and just make it this as a VMnet 9. So like last 4 interfaces. And also guys, when you will save, you can see order has been changed. So you have to reorder again. VMnet 1, then a VMnet 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, 7, 9. When now you can click on save, click on edit settings again, and you have to make sure they are in the proper order. Yes or no? They are in the proper order. First one is net, second one is bridge, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. You have to make sure you have a like that only. You have to make sure you have like that only. Now, if you guys if you don't want to see, I have given here proper processor because I need to activate the license, but you can leave it default. Leave default this processor settings in your case. Memory, you can give 8 GB. I am giving 16 GB because I have enough RAM on my system. Now click on OK. See, order is properly now. Remember one thing. If After doing this, if you will click on power on this machine, your firewall just keeps rebooting. What it will do, it will keeps rebooting, because in start initially, by default, this particular OVA image, which we have installed in VMware workstation, it is basically designed for ESXi. This image by default designed for ESXi. Okay. But we have installed on VMware workstation. So the type of this and this is BMX net 3. And type of remaining adapters is E1000. So there is a mismatch. Now what we have to do, type of remaining adapters also we have to replace E1000 with BMX net 3. We have to make these newly added adapter also as BMX net 3. So how we can do that? Otherwise your device will keeps rebooting. To avoid this, what you can do, this is the folder right where I have installed this particular Palo Alto Firewall. You can able to see this folder here. Click on edit virtual machine setting, go into options, and this is the place where we have basically, this is the location. So you can go into that same location. It's the same location. Go here, and now here you have to basically open file, which is this one, VMware virtual machine configuration. What is the file name? File name is VMware virtual machine configuration. It's a 5 KB of 5 KB of file, sometime 4 KB, but this is the file which you have to open. You can click on, right click and add it with Notepad++. Now you have to go a little bit down, and you can see here this line, highlight this virtual dev. Ethernet 0.virtual dev equals to BMXnet 3. Just copy this BMXnet 3. Highlight again this virtual dev. So you can see virtual dev equals to BMXnet 3 is correct for Ethernet 0, which is your VMnet Ethernet 0, Ethernet 1, and Ethernet 2, which means for initial first this and this type is BMXnet 3, but for remaining E1000, 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 E1000. What we have to do, we have to change this E1000. We have to remove this E1000 and we have to put BMXnet 3. Do not replace all. You have to make sure you are replacing this virtual dev equals to, if you will see E1000, then just replace with BMXnet 3. Okay, do not replace anywhere else. Just remember. Now you can see we have a BMXnet 3 here also, here also, here also, here also, here also, here also, and obviously those three is already having. This is what you have to do. Once you will complete that part, click on this save button or Control S, close. Right click again, just validate the information again. Yeah, it's correct, right? Now, once you will complete this revalidation, now go here and power on. Just go and power on this particular machine. Now you can see this machine is turning on. It has fetched the time. This is in the UTC time zone. It will fetch everything now. Meanwhile, this booting is going on. You don't need to worry about the booting and all. Let me just tell you what I have done. What I have done basically, I have my PC. My PC have for your knowledge right now just single Ethernet NIC card because another NIC card I have just disconnected. Okay, generally otherwise I have two NIC card on my PC. So one is out of picture right now. Okay, so this is my NIC card one, which is a Ethernet NIC card. From this NIC card I have a connectivity with my home Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm getting the internet through this NIC card on my PC. On the same PC, what I have done, I have installed VMware workstation. So this part you can able to see. This is the VMware part. Now on my system, I am running some type of hypervisor. What is this hypervisor? I am running a VMware hypervisor. Now this particular VMware hypervisor, what I can able to do on top of this hypervisor, I can run multiple type of machines. I can run Palo Alto, I can run Linux, I can run Windows, all those type of machines I can run on top of this hypervisor means. Now, in this VMware workstation, I have created this VMnet 8, VMnet 0, VMnet 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5. I have also created 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, but till 5 is enough just for the explanation purpose. Now, after creating the NIC card on the same VMware workstation, what I have done, I have installed the Palo Alto Firewall. What I have done, I have installed the Palo Alto Firewall. On this Palo Alto Firewall, I have added couple of interfaces like management interface, Ethernet 1 by 1, Ethernet 1 by 2, Ethernet 1 by 3, Ethernet 1 by 4, Ethernet 1 by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have added those 9 interfaces on my Palo Alto firewall as well. Means 9 Ethernet interface and there is a one management interface. Total 10 interfaces is there on my firewall. Now what I have done, if you remember, let me delete this and also let me delete this. You can see installation has been completed almost. So guys, whenever you will, if you are watching this screen, once you will able to see this login prompt very first time after installation of all the files, when you will see this screen first time, wait at least 5 to 10 minutes. Wait at least 5 to 10 minutes and after that only enter username and password. Admin, admin. See if your Palo Alto firewall has rebooted successfully and started all the daemons, all the processes in a backend, then when you will enter username admin and password is also admin, it will ask enter the old password. Old password is also admin. It will ask to change the password. Enter the new passwords file. Just configure admin add 123. Admin add 123. Let me tell you what I have done here. When it has asked VM login, I have entered here admin. When it has asked the password, what is the default password for Palo Alto Firewall? Admin. What is the old password? Admin. Then enter the new password. Here I always uses this admin at 123 because this is my lab environment. So I always configure this. You can also try this Palo Alto 123. This password also it will take. Only you have to follow some password complexity, like it should have uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and numbers, and also the special characters. And the password should be 8 character long. Okay. Confirm the password. So I have entered the same. And my password successfully changed. Now guys, tell me one thing. Who has some knowledge of Palo Alto? Is my password change? I need to do something else. So some of you like Amit, sorry, Ahmad, Oshama, and Vijay, Dipanju, you are right. We have to always do a commit. In Palo Alto Firewall, when you will make any type of changes, you have to run the commit command. It's not like Cisco devices. In Cisco devices, when we used to make any changes, they will affect your running configuration right away. But in Palo Alto, things will be different. When you will make any changes, it will go into the candidate config file. I'll tell you what is running config file, candidate config file. Don't worry. Now we have successfully changed the password and we have successfully logged in. Once you will logged in successfully, now what do you have to do? You have to type here set CLI config output format set. Why I am running this command, you will understand the logic. Now, whenever I will try to see any configuration, I will get into the set format. There are the proper format. Okay. So don't worry if you will not run this command, that is also totally fine. You can just run one command, which is configure, and just go into the configuration mode. Now, guys, when you will have a new box, what is the first thing we used to do? Set. We used to configure the host name, right? So the command to configure the host name is set device config system host name Palo Alto Firewall 01. I will add 20th June as well. So I can able to identify this firewall I have installed for 20th June. Now, after that, after host name, what we used to configure? Domain name, type a domain. Configure the domain name, lab.local. If your company is xyz.com, then you have to configure xyz.com here. Then time zone. What is your time zone? I'm in Asia, Kolkata. I'll configure somebody in Other time zone like, see, we have Africa, America, all the time zones is there. You can select whatever you want. Apart from the C, we can able to configure multiple things. After time zone, guys, what we can able to configure. Management interface, right? Because this is what we want to do to get the initial access. So by default, guys, let me show you something. So run so interface management. If I run this command, you can see by default, it has received this IP address, which is 192.168.137.128. It has got this IP address by default. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and default gateway 192.160.137.2. Why it is getting this IP address? So by default, guys, in your Palo Alto VMs, by default, when you will install in those VMs, DSCP client option is configured. Means if we have a DSCP in our environment, then what they can able to, they will try to send the request towards the DSCP server. They will start sending the discover message just to get the IP address. Just to get the IP address. Okay. Now, tell me one thing, guys. Is our VMware workstation acting as a DSCP server or not? It is acting as a DSCP server. Okay. So generally this DSCP client option is enabled by default. And I guess they have enabled this option from PanOS 9.1.x onwards. Exact version, I'm not sure. So what we have to do, we have to first run this command set device config type, sorry, device config system type static. I want to configure static IP address, then set device config system IP hyphen address. What is the IP address? 192.168.137.21. Net mask 255.255.255.0 and the default gateway 192.168.137.2. Enter. See, here if you will see IP address, net mask and default gateway, I have configured all three just in one command. We can also able to configure like this: system IP hyphen address, like IP address separately, the net mask separately, and default gateway separately. It will accept. In this command, I can also able to configure DNS servers primary 8.8.8.8 secondary 4.2.2.2, or we can configure DNS separately. DNS servers primary 8.8.8 secondary 4.2.2.2, enter. Once DNS is configured, now what is the next thing? NTP. NTP server, primary, NTP server address, 0.n.pool.ntp.org. Here I am configuring the public NTP server. In production environment, generally they have a separate NTP servers, internal ones. So those IP you have to configure. Secondary NTP server address, then 1.n.pool.ntp.org. Once you will complete that, hit commit. So now IP address is configured, host name is configured, domain name is configured. We can also able to make a hell lot of configuration other as well. We will do it some via CLI, some via GUI. Everything I can able to do it via GUI. I can able to do it everything via CLI. All options are there. So I will use mixed strategy so you can able to understand. Now, what is the IP address you have configured? Type that IP address. And just take the access. Guys, tell me one thing. By default, on my Palo Alto Firewall Management Interface, where we have configured all those IPs, what are the services is enabled? What are the default services which are enabled on my management interface? In last session, I have discussed ping, SHS, and HTTPS. HTTPS is happening. One service is verified. Let's verify second one. CMD, ping, 192.168.137.21. Ping is also working. Second is also verified. Let me open my MOBA Extreme and let me take the SHS connection 192.168.137.21. Admin. Password is admin at 123. And you can see SHS also I can able to do. Set C. Now guys, let me tell you the meaning of set command. If I'll go into this configure here, and if I want to run this command, so device config system, if I want to see the configuration, you can see I am able to see this configuration into this format. So what I'll do, if I want to just see the configuration in the set format, I will run this command set CLI config output format. You can see we have a 4 format: default, JSON, set, XML. I just want on set format. Configure. And this particular command, guys, it's a this command we have to always run into this particular mode. This is a operational mode. So in Palo Alto, we have a two type of modes in CLI. When you have this icon, which means you are into the operational mode. And when you are into this, which means you are at the configuration mode. Now, whatever operational commands, if you want to run, see all operational command you can able to run into this operational mode. And if the same command you want to also run into the configuration mode, then you have to add a keyword run in front of them. Let me just also show you this part. Type exit. Now, right now I'm in operational mode. If I will issue this command, so system info, very nice command. The very first command which you will learn in Palo Alto. This command will give you the details of your device host name, IP address, net mask, default gateway, IP assignment, static. You will also get the MAC address, CPU ID, UUID. These two IDs we needed for activating the license into the support portal. Memory details, VM mode, software version, package details, entire details will be there. Means this command will give you all the information which is available when you will log in into the GUI. Let me log in into the GUI. When you will log in into the GUI, whatever information you will able to see into this place. It's the same information you can able to see using that command. So system info. There one more command. So interface management. Second command. This command will tell you the management interface details. This command will tell you what are the admins available in this computer. So admins all. Here you will able to see the management interface detail. Now I'll go into this configuration. Now if I want to show you something, let's suppose I want to run this command. So system info. See, command will not work. But if I will add here run keyword, see, I can able to run. Same with so interface management. See, it is not working, but if I add the run keyword, it will work. Also one more thing. So device config system. See, now our configuration into the set format. Previously, we will not able to read it properly, but now we can able to read it properly. Now we can able to read it properly. So this is how, guys, we can able to get the CLI template. Now this is my CLI template. I can copy, I can make some necessary changes. Now let's try to go into the GUI. So we have a tab, we have a dashboard where you will be able to see logged admins. Here you will be able to see who has logged in, like one connection with console, two connection with CLI, and one connection with web. Here you will see the management CPU utilization, DP CPU utilization, session count. Here you will be able to see your number of interfaces, Ethernet 1 till Ethernet 9. But I will not discuss anything of those tab as of now. Go into device tab, setup. Device setup, this is only required for us as of now. Now guys, if you remember, we have configured the host name. You can go here and you can able to change the host name. Like I don't want to configure this host name. Let's say I want to configure host name like this, like PA firewall. June PA firewall June, or like PA firewall lab 01, PA firewall 1 lab. You can change the domain name, configure the login banner. Get the login banner from internet. Login banner for network device. This is a too big. Actually, I want something small. We don't have any format here as well. Let me go back. Login banner format. Login banner generator, not generator. Okay, they are also not providing any format. Nothing is there. No. Okay, not an issue. I'll use this one then. This computer is a property of. Let me just add here properly. Organization name, which is Sianets.com. It is for authorized use only. All user acknowledge for this. The organization name, Sianets. Accept your use of the information policy and all. Then we have this again, organization name. Network security team. Okay. Copy and paste. Okay. SSL TLS profile is none. Time zone we have already configured, but you can drop down and you can select whatever. Latitude, longitude, if you know, you can configure that as well, not required generally. This is for advanced configuration. We will see later. Click on OK. In services tab, you have to make sure your DNS is configured properly. If you have a proxy, Then you have to make sure your proxy is configured here and your NTP is configured here. Then interface, you have to make sure your interface is configured with a static IP and some IP. By default, HTTPS, SSL, and ping is enabled. And right now, anyone can able to do ping, SSH, and HTTP. So what I want to put some restrictions only this particular subnet, and here I will put jump server subnet. Because generally in production environment, either we have a BDI environment or the jump server environment from where we used to access, right? So I will put that particular details here. So only people, if he belongs to this particular subnet or this particular subnet IP, then only he can able to access your firewall via the management interface IP. Click on OK. By default, there is only one admin account and there is an open config. This is for the plugins and all, or the Azure environment and all. So we will not worry about this. Administrator, let me add one more account. Admin 01. Admin add 123. Admin add 123. So per user I will make initially. Click on OK. And you can also able to do the commit from here. Go and just do the commit. Whatever configuration we have done, if you will type this, so device config system, you can able to see the entire configuration which you have done so far. So just copy this configuration. This is our CLI template. Let me put the commands in the appropriate order. And guys, see, these type of template you have to make your habit now. How you can basically create those type of those type of configuration templates. Like this is for management settings. Here you will see some default configuration as well. Like this is the default. This is also default. This is also default. So I will delete. Type static IP address subnet mask default gateway. This is for DNS settings. Then we have a NTP settings. Telemetry is also I can remove. Then we have a network banner. Now this is for permitted IPs. And if you will type so, device config. So right now, if you will remember, we went inside this system, go into settings. This is something advanced. MGT config users. This is for administrator. So we have added this admin account, right? So this is for admin account. If you are not able to understand, don't worry. When you will do those practicals, see, this is a something practicals, okay? When you will perform those tasks, then only you will understand. Guys, this login banner is very big. Okay, so let me do one thing. Control X. Okay, this is what my CLI script. Whatever configuration I have done so far. See, it is also not going into the chat because there's some limitation. So I can go till here. Control C, Control V. Okay, so those are the CLI command. Now guys, with regards to the Palo Alto Firewall installation, you have to make sure when you will do installation in your lab, you have to make sure whatever task I have done, I can able to access from GUI. I have configured the basic configuration. And guys, you know, generally this Palo Alto Firewall, it comes up with the base license. Okay, you will not have any license here. It just have a base license. So 80% practicals you can able to perform without license. You don't need a license for all the practicals. If you want if you want to basically purchase all the license, then you can reach out to me separately. I know somebody who can help you with the license. So he will give you the license with 5 years warranty. So if you need any support on that, you can let me know. Okay. Now guys, let me also show you how we can activate the license because this is also most important part in VMware. So what you have to do, you have to basically share this CPU ID and UUID. You have to share this CPU ID and the UUID. And this UUID and CUID you have to register into the support portal. And after that, you have to basically go to into this license tab. And you can basically able to activate the license using the auth code. So what generally auth code you will receive like this, like I45217, like this you will get authorization code. You have to make sure you will click on OK button. It will try to fetch the license. Guys, just make sure when you will try to fetch the license, you should have a connectivity till google.com. And right now, I don't have that connectivity, which is a problem for me. Ping host 192.168.137.2. This also I cannot able to ping. Okay, one is pingable, which is fine. I should able to ping to Google. So sometime you will not able to ping this Google. So you know it's not a firewall issue. Type ncpa.cpl here. Open your Ethernet NIC card. Go into properties, sharing, and you can select it should able to share the internet with this VMnet 8 adapter. Ping host google.com. Destination host unreachable. So interface management, let me just check. 192.160.137.2. This is fine. It should work. So mostly this is a problem with your VMware only, not with your firewall. Let me open my virtual network editor here. Change settings. Okay, it is configured properly. 192.168.137.2. DSCP is also configured properly. Then it should able to ping to this. Disconnect, reconnect. With one also it is creating challenge. Let me go into this VMnet 8. Configuration wise, we are good. Disable, enable. One minute, 1 minute. Let me just. Might be from my system it will not work because I do have a firewall on my PC. Ping to 192.168.137.21 minus T. Properties, sharing. Disable one more time. And it is happening mostly with this adapter only. One 192.168.137.1, we are getting this IP, that is fine. And we are also getting the default gateway, which is 2. This is also fine. Disconnect, reconnect. Okay, if no, I have to just restart this VM might be. I will not do any troubleshooting here. Okay, so let me just restart this machine right away. It will go through with the restart. Meanwhile, we have configured the correct range. Sometimes we will configure the wrong range, then that is also the problem. Okay, cool. So it is restarting now. What I'll do, let me start my Windows machine, because now I have to build a setup like this. So what I'll do, I will install one Windows machine and I will install one Linux machine. So when you will go into the software folder here, I will basically upload this Windows machine. This is a pre-installed image. You have to just select this and you have to just open with VMware workstation and your job is done. Give the name test PC. I'm giving this name delete so I can able to delete it later, because I already have multiple VMs. I don't want to add extra VMs here. So this import is going on for this test PC delete, which is a Windows XP machine. And guys, don't worry if command you are not able to copy, you just wait. I'll share in your WhatsApp as well. Even though you don't need it, you can create those template, because I have already explained the way how to do that. Go here, edit, and you have to make sure you will basically configure this VM on VMnet 1. Use all those settings default. It will work with 112 MB of RAM. Very lightweight machine. Start, and your test PC is ready. In similar way, like this test PC, I have also this Linux server. You can select open with VMware workstation. Give this name server 01. I am adding this delete tag so I can able to delete later. And you can see now my Windows machine is ready and my server is also ready. And we are good to go with the Palo Alto practicals now. These are the three machines I needed. Now, see, I will install one server. If you want, you can install one server more, like I have a server 1, 2, and 3. You can also install similarly. Server have a username which is VMware and password is also VMware. Done. Go here, IPA. It has the IP address which is 1072.101. If you want to install one more server, same VM, you can just go and right click and open with VMware. Server 02. Delete. Import. Just go only, you have to update the adapter. You have to make sure your server should be a part of VMnet 2. This one, not power, go into settings. It should be a part of your VMnet 2. Go into this test machine, Windows machine, open command prompt, type ncpa.cpl. And what I want, you should configure here the IP address in this range. What is the IP range I have used on VMnet 1, guys? 1071.100. Here I'll give 105. 10.70.1.250. This is the IP address I will use on my firewall. 8.8.8.8, 4.2.2.2. This is the IP address you have to configure on your test PC. Your server, they are already configured. I type ipconfig. They have already configured with the IP address, default gateway and everything. See, IP address is there. 1072.101. Type here route -n. Default gateway is also there, which is 1072.75, which is a wrong default gateway. So type here, if you will type su hyphen, you will get the root access. Password is root here. And if you will type nano etc network.conf, go here, and from here you can able to update their IP address if you want to. I want to update the default gateway. Gateway I wanted here 250. Control X. Yes. Enter. Init 0. Oh, init 0 will not work. Then type here reboot. Go here. Login. VMware. VMware. Open terminal. Type su hyphen. Password is root. Nano. etc network.conf. Come on. etc network.conf. Hit enter. Go and change the IP address here, because here you have to configure 10.70.2.2 here. and the default gateway is 250. Control X. Yes, enter. Done. Reboot. You can see your server is came online again. Change the settings. SU. Become root here. Type fconfig. Say IP address has been updated. Route -n. Default gateway is also updated. Now it is pointing towards 1072.250, which is a firewall IP address which we are going to configure. And right now, if you will go here, if you will type 1072.101, you can see I'm getting the server web service is running. See, in 2 also I'm getting the server 1, right? So if you want to update that also you can able to update, because we have just installed the second server here as well. So let me just show you something. SU root nano slash war/ww. What we have now here, index.html. Go inside this and just change the server as to service Apache 2 restart. This command, it is not taking. They are very lightweight images actually. Restart Apache 2. No. httpd. And better, just reboot. And I'm not sure which web server they are running. Okay. So guys, now this PC is also ready. This is how we have to access. Now you can see your firewall is also came online. It should be accessible now. If I'm not able to access, then there might be some issue. One 192.168.137.21 with -t. Sometime might be some issue with the NIC card only. Okay. Might be that NIC card is not working properly. So there are always the solutions. Okay, go to into this virtual network editors, click on change settings, because I'm also using this VMware 17 now, so might be that is creating some challenge. Go here, remove, add again. One 192.168.137.0, 136, 137, 137. Okay, we have to change the net settings as well. 137.2 is the default gateway. Apply. Okay. Admin. Admin at 123. Ping host 192.168.137 dot. Ping is working this time. 2 is also reachable. Google.com is also reachable. Okay. So we did some small troubleshooting as well. Now it is reachable via here as well. Admin. Admin at 123. Okay. So this is how, guys, we have to create a lab in your Palo Alto firewall for this particular setup. License part we will activate from here. So if somebody needed the license, you can ping me separately, one to one. I'll guide you how you can get the license. So I know somebody, he will give you the license of Palo Alto firewall with 5 years validity. So you can able to utilize that one. Without license, 80% practicals will work. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay. Now guys, what I'll do, I'll go here. I'll just power off. I'll go here. This is also, let me power off. And Windows test PC also I will power off because I have a multiple test PC. You can see here. So I will not use these ones now. I will delete them right away. I don't want to add extra. So this is the one we have added. This is the one. These are three we have added. I'll delete all three. Done. Already deleted. If you can able to open this time, see they are not available because I have deleted those from the my system itself, all the configuration as well. Only this firewall I'll keep because this firewall also I have licensed. I've activated the license in some time. I will show you. It is just synchronizing the data. Now, so guys, one part of our lab is ready. And guys, this particular lab work very much fine with 16 GB of RAM. If your system have a 16 GB RAM and if you have a SSD, it will work very good. So this is a one type of lab in your Palo Alto firewall. Now, let me just start the second lab, which is also we will create in this particular laptop only. We will install this EVNG. What? We will install this EVNG. How we can do that? So to build the lab in your laptop or to install the EVNG in your laptop, you need to download this particular folder and you have to make sure you will download when you will download this folder, you have to make sure you have downloaded these three files correctly. Do not try to download this EVNG software from the online website, because the online website, if you will go and type EVNG, if you will, you can able to download from this website as well, but I don't recommend. You can go and you can download from here. Free community version we have to download. Okay. Do not download those images. Just download from here, because I will use EEPCOM 501-19 version. In my system, I have already downloaded this one. Your file should be like this. When you will complete the download, you have to select this file and you have to right click and open. That's it. Give the name Eve ng delete. I'm giving delete because I will delete it later. Guys, today there is no break. Lab setup session is always longer one. Okay. Just hold your horses here and just stay focused. I will use the default folder. Guys, just remember, when you will install this EVNG, you have to make sure whenever you will install in your desktop, whatever drive you will basically install, where you have a 200 GB of space, you need a 200, or like you need around 250 GB of space. 250 GB of space you needed in your hard drive. On that particular drive you have to select. So I'm selecting my C drive, okay, because I don't have 200, but it's still it will work, because I will not put much load. I will delete because my main EVNG is here. This is my main EVNG. It's a very huge files, okay. I will use generally this EVNG for your practicals. So I will use this default folder and just click on import. And now, where people used to make mistakes, when you used to download those particular files, see, first make one folder with this name in your laptop, make a folder with this name in your laptop, download this file separately. Once download will complete, place this file inside this folder in your laptop, then download this file, then download this file, and place all these three into this particular folder. And guys, if somebody wanted to use PNet, you can also use the PNet. PNet is also very nice. EVNG and PNet both are almost similar, but in PNet, some of the features, you will get some extra features which are not available on EVNG, but whatever we needed for Palo Alto Labs, everything is available in this EVNG. So I always prefer to use EVNG because all my topology is created on EVNG. Sometime when I used to import with PNet Lab, they will not work there. So that is the one challenge I have faced. I do have PNet here. See, PNet I do have, but I don't use much this PNet because I'm using this EVNG from starting. So I have a habit of using EVNG only. Now added virtual machine settings. Here guys, if you have a 16 GB of RAM, give around 14 GB. In case of 16 GB, give around 14 GB RAM. CPU 4 is fine. 60 GB. Here there is a hard disk of 60 GB, but we have to add one more extra hard disk of 200 GB. So select hard disk and add one extra hard disk of 200 GB. Generally, you will get only single adapter here. Add here couple of other adapters. At least add here minimum 5 adapters. First one configure as a net, second one configure as bridge, third one configured as VMnet 1, then VMnet 2, then VMnet 3. Net, bridge, 1, 2, 3. Guys, in my laptop, I have enough RAM so I can go till 32 GB. 4 CPU. Yeah, this is what I want. Click on OK. See, order has been changed. Edit virtual machine settings again. Reorder them. Net, bridged, then VMnet 1, VMnet 2, and VMnet 3. Click on OK. Start. I know, I think this GCP part today I will not able to complete because once this EVNG installation will done, I'll upload the images and I'll show you the how we can import the topologies and other stuff. And also whatever we have done so far, I will try to explain the entire connectivity. So username you can see. Now remember one thing guys, when you will create EVNG, when you will install EVNG, if here you are getting any type of warning, then you have to send me that screenshot. Send me the snapshot in case of any warning. Okay. So what it is telling, what is the default username here? Root. Default password is EBE, enter. Now it will ask, type the root password. What is the default root password? EBE. So guys, when you will type here, you will not able to see anything. Just type EVE, press the tab button. So now you can see your OK is highlighted. Hit the enter button. Again type EVE, press the tab button. So OK is highlighted and enter OK. Type the host name evng 01. Press the tab button, click on OK. Give the domain name here, lab.local. Hit the tab button, click on OK. Guys, right now just focus on the lab setup, okay? Why we need evng? Don't worry, I'm going to explain you. But just focus right now how I am doing it. Otherwise, if you will miss a single step while doing the labs, you will not able to recover from there because this is the most critical lecture actually. So when you will basically reached here, by default, your EVNG will get the IP address from DSCP, but I always configure the static IP address when I used to install EVNG on my local computer. So I'll just use my down arrow key. So you can see static is highlighted and I will press the space button. So you can see as I have pressed the space button, a star comes inside in front of static and I will hit the OK button. I will hit the enter button, so it will go into the OK. And now it will ask enter the IP address. So I will configure here 192.160.137.60. I will again hit enter and configure the netmarks 255.255.255.0. Hit enter. Default gateway 192.168.137.2. Hit enter. DNS server 8.8.8. Hit enter. 4.2.2.2. Hit enter. NTP 0.n.pool .ntp.org. Hit enter. Hit enter. Now you can see my EVNG has been rebooted, and you can see it got the new host name. It has a new host name, and you can see the new IP address is also there. Now we don't need to log in again into the CLI. Okay, I'll directly go into my browser, and I'll just type here HTTP. Just remember guys, we will access EVNG by using HTTP. Do not use here HTTPS. HTTPS you don't need. Just use here HTTP and access. Now, guys, tell me what is the username and password I have entered when I have logged into the CLI? Root and EV. But when you will try to do HTTP and the IP address of EVNG, when you will get the GUI, username and password for GUI is admin and EVE. So here I will enter the username is admin and password is EVE. Here I will use the native console. We have a HTML5 console as well, but I always use native console. Click on sign in. Right, go and just create one folder here like labs, or you can give the name like Palo Alto labs. Go inside this folder, add one lab 01. Right now, if you will go and try to click add a node, see, right click, add a node. Right now, you don't have any node. Only you have this one node, which is BP virtual PC. Add virtual PC. Right click and start this virtual PC. And it, in my case, see, it is opening with secure CRT. It opened with the secure CRT. But in your case, it will not open. It will not open in your case. So what do you have to do? What is the next step? You can go inside my machine here in EVNG folder. We have this EVNG Win Client Pack software. This software you have to install. Download and install this software. It is just a normal software. Download this software and just install in your Windows machine. And you are done. Once you will complete the installation of this software, after that only when you will try to open those nodes, you can able to open them with your putty. In my case, because I have integrated my secure CRT, but right now I don't have any crack version of secure CRT. So you can basically, if you will found it, you can install the crack version of secure CRT, otherwise use putty. Okay. And after that, right now you can see I just have this. I don't have any other images. Now, to upload the images on eBenji, what we have to do? First of all, we need a one software who can help us uploading the images from your PC to eBenji. So we needed one software called WinSCP. That software is already installed on my computer. So you also needs to install this software, download from here and install. So let me open that software. When you will open this software, it will open like this. You can put the IP address of your eVNG 192.168.137.60 username. So when you will try to log in from this software, you have to use the username which is root, and password is also which is EVE, even EVE password. Save the password also. Click on login. Yes. And you can see this is the software. Here you will see the local machine like images which are available in your machine, and this is the eVNG. So this frame represents the eVNG one, and this frame represents your local machine. Now what you have to do, you have to go inside the root, then you have to go inside one directory called OPT. Remember this root, then OPT, then unit lab, then add-ons slash OPT slash unit lab slash add-ons. When you will go here, now the very first task what I'll do, I'll upload my Cisco routers, very small routers. So I will upload this router 3725. This is a best router I will use. If you want one more router, you can also upload this one. Upload this router, go back, and after that, go into this QMove folder and upload this AS image, Kali Linux, Tiny Core Linux, Palo Alto 9, 10. If you want 10.1.0 also you can upload, but I will recommend 10 is a very good image. Okay. Upload this VIOS routers, VIOS L2. This is router. This is again switch and Windows 10 ENT. Those are the 8 images we have to upload. If you don't want to upload 9, you can use this one, 10. Like those are the images which we have to upload. Just select, drag and drop. Now your upload is started. Now guys, remember one thing. You have to follow some few things here when you will upload those images. Let me go to into the folder where those images is there. Now, see, I have, let's take an example for AS image. I have this AS image starting with ASAV -917-1. Then inside this, we have a virtual.qcow2. So what I have uploaded, guys. If you have noticed, I have uploaded this folder and this image inside that folder, right? So I have uploaded this virtua.qcow2 with folder. And there is no multiple folders, like I have a ASA V917 and after that this image. And you have to also make sure you should have a similar step. You also needs to upload exactly similar in similar way, because eVNG when you will type here ASCV-917, then only my eVNG understand it's a ASA image, and where you will get all those images. So I will give you this link inside main software. We have this eVNG. So for eVNG related, everything is available inside here only. Go inside this eVNG images. Now, here you can see I have a images, Dimesys, Here you will get the DIMESYS images, that router one. DIMESYS image we have to upload inside the DIMESYS folder. Kali Linux, TinyCore Linux, Palo Alto 901, Palo Alto 1101. So who has a good image, good RAM, you can use this 11. You can also use 901. Then I do have a ASV which is in the TJET format. So what you will do? You have to basically first unzip it. So you will get the tar, then you have to unzip it again. So you can use one 7-zip folder, like 7-zip software to unzip this file because it's a tar file. Palo Alto 10 is also there, which is also in tar format. Then we have a Cisco routers, Cisco switch, and Windows 10. This guys, this one, this one, this one, this one. You don't need, even though 1, 2 is also not required. These images is not required. This is for my SD-WAN students because I used to share the same images with them as well. Okay. So, those images are in the 7-zip format, like they are in the zip format. So when you will unzip them, sometime, multiple folders will create. So you have to make sure you have a proper folder, and inside this folder you have this virtua.qcout file. Like Palo Alto, proper folder, Palo Alto, all in a small, same format required, -901, then virtua.qcout. Palo Alto 10, Palo Alto all in a small, there is no space in the name, -10.0.0, then virtual.qcout. Exactly similar name you have to follow. Windows, bin 10, bin-10 ent, and the image name is sda.qcout2. Just use this sda.qcout2. Do not upload here Windows XP, Windows 7 or Windows 8 image. Just upload the same one. Okay, because other images, they are not useful. Linux TinyCore. Okay, now. So when you will download those images, guys, remember one thing. Do not download, just go here and download all one in one go. No. What do you have to follow? Select this, download this completely. One single image first, because they are in the Google Drive. So first zipping will happen, and after that download will start. Sometime this file you will see down into the 2-zip format and all, right? Or you will basically see some naming has been changed in a backend of this particular image. Okay, so those just download single and unzip and properly give the name like this, like Palo Alto 1101. Inside this, you have this file like virtua.qcout. Like see, zipped. See, now this image is downloaded like this. Let me just show you. See, because during the download, those type of problems will occur. That's why. And I think this image download will take around 8 minutes. Oh, that is fine. So now one more thing I see. If you need images for everything, then I'll give you this link in the schema folder. If you want to practice other solutions, like you can see multiple ASA firewall images there. If you want to practice Barracuda is there, Big IP is there, Cisco ACB. From here you will get the Cisco image. Use this Cisco 9.1.6 is also very good. This one 9.1.9, no, not 16. Do not use 16. Okay, I think they have removed the old one. Okay, then you can use 16, or just you can download from my place. Don't write these ones. See, there's no license. You will not get any license. Okay. First of all, it's just a license, just a trap here. Then we have your Squice is there, Firepower is there. Where is my Palo Alto? Palo Alto is also always come at last. 48 images is also there. So this is a one place for all images. Linux is there. Palo Alto you can download from here. See, you can download those images. Installed. When you will try to download those, they will come as TGJet format only. They will come in this format only. See, it's like that. So we have downloaded two images. Okay. Now guys, do one thing. Now let's take a break for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, this upload is going on and also this download is happening. Okay. So in 10 minutes, this download will also complete, and after that we will go for next. Okay, so guys, those particular links I will share. That's not a problem. I will share after the lecture only. Now let me just see. Upload status. Upload is done. I have uploaded all the images, and you can see. Just guys, observe here something. I have uploaded AS image. I have a folder, and inside this folder, I have an image with this name, virtua.qcow2. I have a Kali Linux folder linux-kali, then I have an image which is virtual.qcow2. See the full name linux-kali, linux-tinycore11, then I have a file which is virtua.qcow2. Palo Alto 9 virtua.qcow2. Palo Alto 10 virtua.qcow2. See folder Palo Alto -10.11 10.0.1, then virtua.qcow2. VIOS router, we have a virtua.q. Don't worry about these ones, virtua.qcow2. L2, we have a this image.qcow2 and virtua.qcow2. Windows 10 sda.qcow2. You have to make sure your images should be in this particular format. If you have a like ASAV, that one folder, inside that there is one more folder, then you have inside those that folder you have this image, then this is a wrong thing. And how it used to happen, let me just show you something. See this image I have downloaded. Let me go here. See this is the one I have downloaded. Let me just this is the one. This is the one I have downloaded, right? So it will download it like this. Go and just use this 7-zip software and extract inside this. So this is exactly you have to follow. This method exactly you also needs to follow. So it will take some time to extract properly. So we have to wait. Meanwhile, this extract is going on. Let me do one more thing. I'll go back here. I'll go inside my test PC and servers, and you can see here I have those servers, and this Windows, see Windows img.zip is already there. Okay, and that server one I will zip and I will upload here only. This Windows 7 I can remove, not needed at all. Go back. There is no enough space on the disk. I think I don't have much space. That is the reason it may fail. Okay, because of the space issue, I don't have much space on my system. So let me just delete, otherwise it will create a challenge for me. Okay, now we have downloaded this image, right? This is the image and this is the folder. This is how I want. This is how I want your images. And one more thing is there. Where is this? This one, right? When you will basically extract this will extract properly. I'm getting this issue because of my C drive is full. It got some space. So when you will download like this in tar format, because tar format is good. I don't have any other. No, okay. Right click, extract with 7-zip into this folder. I just wanted to show you, you have to extract 2 times. Oh, again, I get the issue. Then we have this. Then in this tar also you have to extract. The archive is corrupted. Okay, I think this file is got corrupted. I think while downloading, that is the reason. Okay, it's corrupted, I guess, while downloading. But in your case, what you can do, you can download it properly. Okay, just download one by one. I'll highly recommend you can download the images from here because all are in TZ format. And I am also thinking to do the same thing for here. For my images, what I'll do for EVNG ones, most of them I have on the tar format only, but some of them I have kept it like this. So what I'll do, I will just remove some of them, and what I'll kept it in the tar format or in the zip format. So when we will download those files, you will not see any changes. Okay, they will come like that only. Okay, and once you will complete the upload of those images, you can able to see all of them here. Cisco ASA you have uploaded. You can see we have a Cisco ASA image. Go and add. Right click, try to start. Go and search for Palo Alto or search for the Cisco routers. 3750, just give the name R1, click on add. Start this router as well. Add node and now look for Palo Alto or just add Cisco VIS router as well. Now add one more, the Cisco VIS switch. Now add other nodes, look for Palo Alto and Linux is also there. Just select your Tinyco Linux or Kali. I'll just select Tinyco right now. Kali is not needed for now. Palo Alto. I will select here Palo Alto 10. 10 is very much stable and I always change the RAM here 8192. And interfaces I used to change 8. This is the change you have to do with your Palo Alto. Now go and add your Windows, which is this one, Windows 10. If you want, you can see this particular plug. You can use this plug for connecting. We can able to connect those plugs like that. If you want to add, just add one network. And if you will select here MGMT client here, to MGMT client always give the name VMnet 8. Always give the name of VMnet 8 and connect the Palo Alto management interface. This one. Start your Palo Alto. Start your switch. Start Linux. Start window. Start VIS switch. After starting open ASA, you are able to open or not. See, you can able to open it, right? You have to make sure you will get the login prompt. Open router. Router is also accessible, right? We have a login prompt for router. ASA will come in some time. See, we have a ASA. Enable. Okay, enter the password. Cisco. 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 Add 123. Cisco. Add 123. Three repeative or sequential ASCII character for password is not allowed. So what I can configure then? Palo Alto 123 exclamatory mask. Palo Alto 123. See, router we have. Not sure why they are asking this password actually. Okay, I got it. Let me configure Cisco at the rate 1213. Cisco at the rate 1213. Just configure some. Okay, it is also not allowing again. Palo Alto @ 1213. Palo Alto @13. Okay, some complex password is asking. Now you can see we have a ASA, we have a router. This IOC router is also, if you can able to get the, we have the CLI, which means this router is also working fine. This Linux, it will open with Ultra VNC. See, this particular Linux machine is also working fine. Open Windows machine. Windows is also working fine. It is, we can able to open. Switch. Switch is also accessible. Palo Alto. Palo Alto is also accessible. Login. Admin. Password is also admin. 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 It is giving you this incorrect. So we have to wait. See, when Palo Alto giving you this incorrect, you have to wait at least 5 to 10 minutes. Once you will start the Palo Alto, wait for at least 5 to 10 minutes, then only enter username and password, it will work. Okay, if your all your devices, they are working fine like this, which means you have done the correct job. You have done the correct job. Okay. So don't worry guys, this Palo Alto will be also accessible. Okay. So let me just go and I can just stop all the nodes, go into this more action. From here you can start all nodes, stop all nodes. If you want to remove the previous configuration, you can click on wipe all nodes. All the previous configuration will be removed. If you want to delete all of them, you can select like this and you can just delete selected. It will delete all your nodes. Delete this cloud as well. Done. Now close this lab. Let me delete this lab as well, not needed. Let me also delete this folder, not needed. Now guys, what do you have to do? See, you don't need to create the topologies by yourself. First of all, I am the one who will provide you the topologies. So you know all the lab topology you will get from my side. What do you have to do? You can go into your EVNG and we have this option, import option. Click on import. Even though here also I have the same topologies, you can select. Select all of them. Open. Upload all. Success. Refresh. Now you can see you have all the image. Now select this one. Delete this one. Select this one. Delete this one. Not needed at all. OSPF, ASA, Aruba not required. Just delete all of them. SD-WAN is also not required. Delete those as well. And mostly all of them you will get here as well. Okay. So what I can do, select all, just select this. Let me delete this. I'll go inside this Palo Alto. And now you can see It has everything like HA, IPsec VPN lab. See all this particular images you will get. Now, when you will use my images, what do you have to do? You have to, when you are using, let's say this topology you are using first time, just wipe all nodes and after this just use. Close this. Let me just tell you which lab topology I am going to use in the next lecture, which is this one. Static route path monitoring. This particular topology I will use. So when you will use this, click on wipe all nodes and after that just start those nodes one by one. And you have to make sure all are starting. You have to make sure all your nodes they have started properly. Open Palo Alto. See, you will get it from here after some time. Windows machine, it's booting up. You will get these are the routers, so you will get the routers as well. You have to make sure they've started and you are able to open in the secure CRT. Just test this part. Just test this part after importing those images. Okay, see, I got the login prompt for all the routers. My Windows machine is, it will come in some time. And my Palo Alto is also starting. The services and backend you can see. See the default IP at 192.168.1.1 on each 0 by 0, right? It is starting all those daemons. Those are the daemons, guys. See Windows image come online. Okay. So this is how, guys, now you don't need to create anything. You will get those topologies and they are plug and play. All the connectivity is already there. You don't need to do anything because I have set up my NIC card like this. All of my labs you will get connected automatically. Those labs will got connection automatically. Now you can see I have this management cloud. So your Palo Alto 5 gets connected automatically with my VMnet 8. How it gets connected? Now let's try to understand that because this is the most important part. So first we will try to understand with regards to this particular setup. Okay, because I left over our discussion here. So now what I can do, I'll go into my this Palo Alto. I right click settings and let me just take a snip. So let me reduce a little bit more. Okay, now guys, in your Palo Alto firewall, how many interfaces we are having? Those are the NIC cards we are having, right? And those are the NIC cards who is representing your interfaces. So your first NIC card is representing the management interface, M0Y0 in your Palo Alto firewall. And tell me one thing, what is net? VMnet 8? Yes or no? Your net adapter is a VMnet 8? Yes or no, guys? What is the type of VMnet 8? If you remember from the next setup, I have configured the type which is net for VMnet 8. What is the subnet here I have used? 192.168. 137.0/24, yes or no? Which means because on my VMware workstation, first adapter I have set is, I have basically set as a net, which means my management interface got a one virtual connection with this VMnet 8. My VMnet 8 interface got the connection with my VM network 8 adapter. Okay. This is how the cable is connected virtually. This is, guys, understandable or not? I have a VMware where I have this VMnet 8 NIC card. I have my Palo Alto VM where my first adapter is net, and in Palo Alto, when we will install in VMware, first adapter is always your management interface, which means I have connected my management interface with VMnet 8. Now, second adapter is representing my Palo Alto firewall Ethernet 1x1 interface. Then this adapter, network adapter 3, is representing my Palo Alto interface Ethernet 1x2. Then Ethernet 1x3. Then Ethernet 1x4. This is 1x3, 1x4. Then Ethernet 1x5. Ethernet 1x6. Ethernet 1x7. And Ethernet 1x8. Now, this second adapter means this Ethernet 1x1 interface configured as bridge. What is the meaning of bridge, guys? Bridge means I have a virtual connection between this VMnet 0 and my PC NIC card, this physical NIC card, because VMnet 0 I have configured as bridge. Yes or no? I have configured this as bridge. Let me also bring that one. Multiple things I will bring together just to explain this. See, VMnet 0 bridge means Intel Ethernet connection. Bridge is like a switch. So the old name of your switch was bridge only. Okay. What I have done means my Ethernet 1x1 interface got one virtual connection with via VMnet 0 with this Ethernet NIC card. Yes or no? And this interface I will configure as a outside interface, this Ethernet 1x1. Then this interface, this network adapter 3 is my VMnet 1 representing my Ethernet 1x2 interface, which means this interface has a virtual connection with this NIC card, yes or no? Then my VMnet 2 representing Ethernet 1x3, which is this one. It has a connectivity with this NIC card. Then Ethernet 4 representing this VMnet 3. Like this, I have connected my Palo Alto firewall, which is hosted on my VMware workstation with the VMware NIC cards. Now, guys, when I have installed my Windows test PC, I have kept that machine on VMnet 0, which means I have created one connection of my test PC with this VMnet 1. And I have kept that server on VMnet 2. Means I have created one connection, virtual connection of my server with VMnet 2. Now, in this particular test PC, I will configure the IP address, which is 10.70.1.105. And I'll configure the default gateway, which is 10.70.1.250. And that IP address on this interface, I'll configure 10.1.1.250. Sorry, not on this one. Not on this interface. Come on. On this interface. 10.1.1. Okay. I have habit of 10.1.1. Series. 10.70.1.250. And on my VM Ethernet 1x3, I'll configure 10.70.2.250. On this server, IP address is 10.70.2.101 and default gateway is 10.70.2.250. Now guys, let's try to understand the packet flow. Now when this test PC initiate a traffic, how it will go? Let's say this test PC trying to communicate with the Google. How it will do the communication? It will send that request to default gateway, yes or no? His request go like this to your NIC card, then to your Palo Alto, yes or no? Because default gateway is your Palo Alto IP. Now Palo Alto Ethernet 1x1 have a connectivity with the internet, so it will go like this. After configuration of the default route on the Palo Alto towards the home Wi-Fi, and it will go like this. Means now whenever my PC, this PC wants to communicate with the internet, his traffic will go via Palo Alto firewall or not? And are you able to understand those connections? Guys, are you able to understand those connection or not? Because see, connection is simple, right? Because it's virtual, right? So I have to go like that only. There is no cables. Otherwise, I've been shown you the cables as well, right? There is no cable. Now, let's suppose now this test PC wants to communicate with this server. What is the traffic flow in that case? He will initiate traffic like this. See, by the Palo Alto, it will go into Ethernet 1/3, right? This is how the traffic will be moved. It will enter on your Ethernet 1/2 interface. Then it will egress out by Ethernet 1/3 interface and it will reach till this server. Okay, so guys, this is how the setup. This is how the setup. Now let me just explain one more time. I'm explaining the same thing one more time, guys. Just put your full attention because I will not repeat after that. Let me now here add one more thing. Because after that, I have to also explain you the EVNG topology. It's all about the virtual connection. That's it. If you will able to understand those, just a cake for you. Okay. Now, let me create a mapping here. My first adapter is representing management interface. Second adapter is representing the Ethernet 1/1 interface. Ethernet 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5, 1/6, 1/7, 1/8, and 1/9. Now I hope this mapping making some sense. Your first adapter is your management interface. Second adapter, which is bridge, Ethernet 1/1. Third one, VMnet 1, Ethernet 1/2. VMnet 2, Ethernet 1/3. VMnet 3, Ethernet 1/4. VMnet 4, Ethernet 1/5. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. This is how the mapping is. Let me open the settings. This one, your management interface. This one, Ethernet 1 by 1. This one Ethernet 1 by 2. This one Ethernet 1 by 3. Ethernet 1 by 4. Ethernet 1 by 5. Ethernet 1 by 6. Then Ethernet 1 by 7. 1 by 8. And last is 1 by 9. Okay. Got it? So guys, this mapping, are you able to understand how my Palo Alto firewall interface is mapped with my VMware NIC cards which we have created? Just tell me this thing first. Everyone able to get those things in your mind or not? I hope everyone got this particular point. Guys, I'm not going to explain anything with regards to the Mac. Nothing with regards to the Mac, everything with the Windows only. Now, if you will forgot those mapping, just remember this particular diagram. Take the screenshot of this diagram. Remember it. Now again, I'll go back here. Now also remember the mapping here. I don't want to show you the connectivity via this. I will just connect by this. Management with VMNet 8. Ethernet 1 by 1 with VM NIC card. And further via my physical NIC card, then via with my home router. Ethernet 2 with VMNet 1. Ethernet 3 with VMNet 2. Ethernet 4 with VMNet 3. Like this, I have a connectivity. Ahmad, I think why are you going very fast? Did I mention here anything like inside outside DMZ? I am not going to configure any interfaces today. So do not go very fast. If you know how the connectivity is, then just stay. All those things I'm going to cover. I will not. So guys, generally I always used to avoid those type of questions as well in the chat if they are not making any sense at the moment. Because I used to have a plan to cover those topics in your future classes. So those type of questions I always used to ignore. Okay. Now, so guys, this part is clear how the connectivity is with regards to your Palo Alto VM and also the test PCs. If this is clear, then tell me, then I can move further. This home router is nothing. Your router, like from if you are using Airtel connection, then you must get one router from Airtel, right? That is the router, your home Wi-Fi router. In my case, the traffic is little bit different. Okay, let me just tell you how the traffic is going on my case. But in your case, it's similar. So what is happening in my case? My PC NIC card has here one physical switch. Okay, and this switch further have a connectivity with my home router. Then this home router has a connectivity with the ISP. So this is the flow in my case, but in most of the cases you have here your home router directly, because I'm using multiple PCs, multiple servers for connecting. So that's why I used to have one physical switch here. Okay, now let's try to understand EVNG, guys. Let me open EVNG. So those are the NIC card in EVNG, yes or no? Only those are the few NIC cards we are having in EVNG, because most of the people they don't able to understand the EVNG NIC card. What do you mean by the NAT here? What is this first adapter? VMNet 8, yes or no? This is bridge. VMNet 0, or I can say home Wi-Fi. It has a connectivity with the home Wi-Fi. This is VMNet 1. This is VMNet 2. This is VMNet 3. So now guys, bridge means, when I will say bridge, which means you can consider always, which means if we will select bridge, which means it got connected with my internet router or my home router. Net means it just got connected with my VMNet 8. Now, when you will add those clouds, you have those particular adapters. So EVNG is also offers 9 clouds. But what we have to do, we have to focus only on net means VMNet 8. Yes or no, right? And if you will connect any of your machine, any of your node here in EVNG, like I did, why I have kept management? Because I have selected this cloud 0. Even though if I will not use this topology, oh, my node are they have started, that is the reason. Okay, let me first explain, then I'll come here. Okay, then if I will select cloud 1, which means I want to connect with my bridge adapter, which means I want to get the internet through this cloud one. Always connect your EVNG node with your home router or home Wi-Fi. Cloud one will always connect with you VMnet one. Let's suppose you have hosted one PC, one Windows 10. Let's say you have hosted this Windows 10 ENT, this Windows machine in EVNG. This is an EVNG, and you have just done the connection with one of the cloud, and the cloud is cloud 2, which means you have connected with VMnet 01. And let's suppose you are also having one test PC which you are running directly in your VMware, having IP address 10.70.1.105, which means somehow you have also done the connection with your machine which you are running on VMware and a machine which you are running on EVNG. They are connected. Now in this machine, if you will configure the IP address into this subnet like 106, they can able to communicate with each other because they have just got connected. Virtually, there is a virtual connection is created now. Only you have to select a proper cloud. If you will select cloud 2, which means we have connected with VMnet 1. If you have selected cloud 3, which means you have connected with VMnet 2. When you will select cloud 4, which means you have connected with VMnet 3. That is the meaning of those particular clouds in your EVNG. Now tell me one thing, guys. I'll do one thing here, one very small stuff. Let me just show you one thing, then we will move. See, by default, you can see this firewall got the IP address 192.168.137.130. Why? Because it has a connectivity with my VMnet 8. See, via management cloud 0. Now I'm stopping here. All my topology. Let me just stop here. Let me close this. I'll add one topology test. Now I'll basically want it to do few things. I will add Cisco routers. Let me add here R, and I'll add here 5 routers. R1, R2, R3, R4, and R5. Now, tell me one thing, guys. This R1, I want to connect with management with my VMnet 8. Which cloud I can select here? Cloud 0, and always also give the name VMnet 8. Connect. This router R2 I want to connect with the internet. Which cloud I can select? Cloud 1. Give the name ISP. We are getting the internet connection. This router I want to connect with my machine which I am running on VMnet 1, like my Windows machine. I will select a cloud 2 and I'll give the name VMnet 01. And let's suppose this R4 I want to connect with my VMnet 2. Generally, I will use this VMnet 2 for the DMG segment. You can add this VMnet 02, which is Cloud 3. It's the same type of setup, guys. VMnet 3, Cloud 1, Cloud 0, Cloud 1, Cloud 2, Cloud 3, right? DMZ. So here also let me just put the connections like this. So guys, hope you have understood how the EVNG NIC cards getting connected. Now let's suppose you may ask one more thing. What is this bridge? What is this bridge? Bridge means if I want to connect multiple router, let's suppose I have this router. I have one more router. If I want to connect these routers together and I want to keep them into the same segment, then I can use bridge like this. Now this means this bridge means it has nothing to do with your those type of NIC cards, those NIC cards which we have in your VMware, those NIC cards. It has nothing to do with that. Those cloud, nothing to do with that. Those NIC cards means this is for direct connecting into the event itself. Now let me add one Palo Alto firewall. I will use 9, 8 interfaces. 8192 is the RAM size. Click on OK. Now, guys, tell me one thing. I want to connect this Palo Alto with the management network, which is my VMnet 8. So which network I should select here? Which cloud? Cloud 0. And you can also always put here M0 by 0 to VMnet 08. And when you will connect, you have to select your management interface of Palo Alto. Now, if this Palo Alto firewall Ethernet 1x1 interface, I want to connect with the internet. What I have to do? I have to select this cloud 1 ISP and I want to connect the interface which is Ethernet 1x1. See, any interface I can connect with the internet, but I will go with my standard topologies. Ethernet 1x1, I want to connect with the internet. Now, let's suppose I want to connect my VM, which I am running on my VMware on VMnet 01. One of the test PC I'm running. So I'll just connect the Ethernet 1x2 interface. Then I'll add one more cloud. This is for management, internet, VMnet 1. This is VMnet 2. Cloud 3. And I'll connect this here with Ethernet 1x3. Now I can just put the name because Ethernet 1x1 for connecting with the internet. So means I can call this interface as outside interface or untrust interface. This interface is connecting with my test PC with my LAN network. So I can call this as an inside interface or as a trust interface. Here I have my servers. So this interface I can call it as DMZ. And this is obviously the management one. This is how, guys, we will utilize those clouds for connecting our EVNG nodes with the internet, with your external VMs which we are running in our EVNG, or the external VMs which we are running on the VMware. Means now EVNG nodes can able to connect with your VMware nodes as well by with the help of those clouds. Okay. Now one more thing, I'll go here. You can see if this topology you will see, I have named it as inside because it's a part of cloud 2. What is cloud 2? VMnet 1. This is my DMZ. What is this DMZ? Cloud 3, which is your VMnet 2. This is my bridge or with home Wi-Fi, which is your cloud 1. This is management interface of Palo Alto, which is with your VMnet 8. And guys, this is the setup as I have mentioned. Now, whatever setup I have on the EVNG, similar setup I have on my VMware as well. I have installed Palo Alto, I have installed the servers, right? I am also running the Windows machine. All are similar and all are connected with each other. If I can use, let's suppose Palo Alto, I can use the Palo Alto from my VMware, and those machines I can use those test machine from EVNG. It will work fine. Exactly similar, it will work. Because I have done the connectivity like this. So now I hope you understood why I have added multiple NIC cards. Don't worry with the IP subnets, okay? Because I was basically previously I was following this particular series. So that is the reason you will see 10.1.1.250, 10.220/24 those. But now there is a one change like 10.71.0/24, 10.72.0/24. Only this is the small change I am having on my inside and DMZ segment. Otherwise, everything is similar only. So those changes I will do when I will use those particular labs. Like I have to update this information a bit. Here I have to put 70. Here also I have to put 70. Because of this changes I have to done because of my panorama practicals, because panorama lab little bit big. So that time I will not able to work with the same subnets actually. So I have done some updates like this. So this is what those are the changes I have to do, and you can also do it your end. Okay, it's a very small thing. You can able to do it. Otherwise, everything looks similar only. Okay, so guys, this is how we have to do the lab setup on EVNG. You have to upload the images properly. Now, images, links, all the softwares, topology, everything I'll share today only after this session. Now this firewall, this is my firewall which I'm on VMware. Got the license as well because I have activated. See, it has all the licenses now. Okay. It has all the licenses now. So I will use this firewall for doing most of my practicals. In the same box, I will basically use this dynamic updates and everything in the next class. And also one more pending thing. Now, what you have to do who is not having a good laptop? So now you guys needs to build the lab on GCP, which is Google Cloud Platforms. So tomorrow, what I'll do tomorrow when I'll start the class, I will start with your GCP only. I will start with the GCP setup. Once your GCP setup is over, we will basically continue rest of the topics. Okay. So uh, don't worry, this CLI script also I'll share. So VMware workstation is done, Palo Alto OBA image is done, EVNG also done, GCP is pending. So we will do this GCP part tomorrow. And after that, I'll have to move towards those topics because those are the important topics. They will not take too much time. So I like in tomorrow, I'll able to complete your GCP and also those topics where I have to cover your license, dynamic updates, software updates. Once this part will complete, we will move towards your security zones, interface types, type mode deployment. Here I will cover your inside, outside, what is my lab setup and everything.